Hello, this is just a short video on the assembly of the Proteus Lite camera crawler system. Okay, so when it arrives with yourselves, it will be disconnected and you'll need to assemble it all together to be able to be used. Alright, so what we've got then, we've got our 250 metre cable reel, we've got our CCU control unit on top, mounted on top of that, for ease of use obviously, so you can view the images as you're obviously using it for the demo drains. Alright, on the back of that we've also got the battery power pack, Proteus battery power pack, which will obviously give power to the unit and allow you to use it for up to 4 hours constantly, but after that 4 hours it will need to put it on charge overnight for a good 8 hours. Alright, what I've also done is I've connected the power from the battery pack to the actual CCU at the back, and I've also connected the reel from the reel to the actual back of the CCU, so that's all connected and ready to go now. Alright, to obviously open up the CCU, we just unclip the pops at the top, and obviously then we've got the view of the actual monitor there, and obviously the joysticks to control. Alright, so now to move on to the connection of the crawler onto the end of the camera reel. You'll see from here that this guide along here is movable as and when you pull more cable off. Obviously this will be able to move freely along. That's designed to stop this cable from getting tangled up in any way whilst you're using it. Alright, and this guard on top as well is there to design to stop any crap from getting in onto the reel, and obviously stopping the reel from running smoothly. Alright, so what we're going to do is this is our crawler unit, and what we're going to do is we're going to connect the end of the actual reel to the crawler unit. So I'm going to undo the brake off that, and I'm just going to pull out some cable to allow us to give us the flexibility to be able to connect it up to the camera. So I'll do that. I'll put the brake back on like that. So that then gives us the end of the actual cable reel there. So on each of these sensitive parts on the actual crawler, you'll have caps. All right, the caps are there to design to keep the crap out of the ends of the reels. All right, because again, if any crap gets into that, it will stop the operation and the use of the system. All right, so this is the end obviously of the reel. I'm going to unscrew the protection cap off that. All right, and then if I go to the actual crawler itself, you'll see we've got another cap on the end of that. That comes off and that goes in our tray. That's what our tray is there for, effectively, as when you're building or disassembling the actual system. That's what the tray is useful there, to put all your caps into there. Alright, I'll turn that to the front. If I elevate that up slightly, you'll see we've got another cap on the front of that. That one comes off and goes into the case there. Alright, so now we're ready to be able to connect the cable. Okay, so this cable will only go on one way on the actual crawler unit. Alright, so there is a little actual knob in the end of the actual thing, which way you can secure it into the top, and then it's just hand tighten all the way onto the actual crawler unit itself. Alright, it'll click when it's ready. That's now fixed onto there, and that won't move any way, shape or form. Alright, when we then look at our camera and putting our camera head onto the actual unit, we then need the camera unit. Alright, so what we'll do here, take this out of here, that's our camera unit, and this is our 360-degree pan tilt camera head. Again, we've got another cap on the back of there, so that cap goes into our tray. That's our camera head unit. Alright, you can see there's a little knob on there to guide you into the top of the actual connection. Make sure all obviously open and ready for you to select in. Once it's pushed in, you'll see it slides in quite nicely, and then what you can then do is hand tighten that onto that, so that secures the camera first of all, and then you need your Allen key there to just hand tighten the top of there like that. Alright, that then secures that camera head to that unit, alright, and to the crawler unit itself. Alright, so the next thing we would then do is we would turn the system on, alright, and obviously it will go through its checks. If I just bring this down off the top of here, you'll be able to see. So if I move the camera over to here, and then I can lift that down. you'll then be able to see the system running up. Alright, so what this will do, it will set up, and this is your warning to say, right, power's on, I now want to turn the camera on itself, and I press the all stop button, and that then, as you can see from there, starts the running of the system. And you'll see here, on this right hand side of the screen here, we've got these various bits of information that you need to look for. So the top box there refers to the data memory on the actual unit. This obviously CCU has got an internal memory, and the important thing to remember is that all surveys that you do will record to that internal memory first, and then what you have to do is you have to move it from the internal memory onto the USB or onto the SD card as you so wish. Alright, you can see from there that's fully green, so that's obviously got lots of space on it to be able to use. Down from there, the next box down below is our crawler unit. So that's the crawler with the six wheels on it, currently in green, so that's pressurised and ready to go. And then the bottom box below that is for the camera head, so the camera head on its own. That's in green as well and ready to go. Alright. The bottom box there is our battery box. Alright, so you can see on the left hand side there, we've got 3 little batteries, which are the internal batteries that are actually in the actual CCU. So those are the ones I mentioned before in regards to making sure they're charged up. And then we've got our big green to red table there for the battery power pack, so that you know that that's working okay. And then obviously operation, pretty simple really. If I just move that over a little bit, just so you got a bit of use. We've got our joysticks there, and you can see here, obviously as I'm moving it around left and right onto the camera unit, and then we've got up and down for the actual unit itself, side to side for the 360 pan and tilt. Alright, and also if you lose your orientation in the tunnel, you've got a self-leveling button there as well, which will automatically self-level it, obviously for use. Okay, and that's pretty much it in regards to that. That is the setup of the Proteus Lite system. I hope this helps. Thank you very much.